having a wonderful, wonderful day so far. Last month, February to be exact, I traveled to New York to visit my brother, saw some of my closest friends, and had a lovely time. Now that was technically speaking my third solo trip, though I was visiting people, so I guess it's a pseudo solo trip or half a solo trip, if you will. So we'll just call it I've done 2.5 solo trips now. Had a wonderful time, but one thing in particular that I did get to do that I'm really excited to share with you guys today is I went to the Bite Lip Lab. Now, they do have 2 locations in New York. One is in Soho and one is in Williamsburg, which is in Brooklyn. And I went to the Williamsburg one. I did have a reservation, so I got there around 11 o'clock to get 2 custom lipsticks made. Now, I've been wanting to do this experience for a while. One of my really good friends did it when they first started the concept. It was so much cheaper back then. It actually makes me cry hearing how much she paid for her lipsticks and how much I paid for mine, but you know what? That's fine. But it really was the opportunity to get some custom lipsticks because I am very particular about my lip shades. I like them a certain way, I like them to be certain finishes. I am obsessed with lipsticks. I will say that. I'm mildly obsessed with lipsticks. I do not like liquid lipsticks. There has only been 1 liquid lipstick that I've actually enjoyed, 2 liquid lipsticks I've actually enjoyed. However, one of those 2 dried out my lips way too much and I was not a fan. Shade-wise, it was phenomenal, but formula-wise, I was just not a fan of it. I love that feeling of being able to rub your lips together and feel that creaminess that lipsticks give you. And I am one who does not mind having to reapply her lipstick several times throughout the day. I take joy in that craftsmanship of getting your lipstick absolutely perfect. So this experience was completely 100% up my alley. Now, like I said, I got 2 custom lipsticks made. One is a deep dark red shade. The second color is a customized nude for my skin tone. Now, the experience is really, really interesting and very intricate. I will say I have seen some videos at the Soho location, and as confirmed by my, I guess we can call her mixologist. I don't know if there's a term for lipstick maker, but we're gonna say mixologist because that's what's popping in my head right now. Yes, I know that typically returns to drink making, but you know, whatever. Now, she did confirm that the Williamsburg location is a little bit quieter, a little bit more calmer than the Soho location. So if you are looking for more of an intimate experience, I would highly recommend the Williamsburg version. There were really only 2 groups of us. There was myself, and then there was a mother and a daughter that were there as well. And they were able to take a couple walk-ins. Now, I don't know if that's a normal occurrence or if that was just an occurrence for that particular Monday, but they did get quite a few people in that morning, which was phenomenal. Now, I know in the past there were 2 options that you could get. You could do the one where you could completely customize everything. You could get the shade customized, the finish, the scent or the taste to it, and then name it. And there was also one where you picked a pre-made pigment that they had already made. You chose the finish and the scent, and then you named it yourself. Now, when I went, they only had that first option available, which is the one that I did, where I got the 2 lipstick shades created. It was $120 for both lipsticks, which I can officially say now is the most I've ever spent on lipstick. But you do get a little free gift package with it, which kind of offsets the cost. Now, from my understanding, the gift changes with the season. So I had 3 items in mind. I had the lip scrub, the primer, and the lip mask. So all great products, so it really kind of added to the whole experience. Now, the first thing you do when you go in is they're going to give you a lip scrub, and that's just to prep your lips, exfoliate it so that way you can get the best coverage with their lipsticks. The second thing, they do have you put on the lip primer just to set your lips and really get it ready for trying on some lipsticks. There are 4 steps to getting your lipstick shade created. First is that general consultation as to what kind of a shade that you want, and then she's going to mix different pigments to kind of get that shade. The second step kind of goes along with step one because they will mix the finish with the pigments that they're mixing. There are 4 finishes you can choose from. There's matte, satin, luminous, and sheer. So in my case, she made 3 shades for the deep rose red color that I wanted. Now I wanted it to be a really deep dark red. Not quite an oxblood red, but more of that really deep wine Cabernet kind of a look. So she chose to mix in the blue pigments as opposed to a black pigment, and we did have to try this a couple of times. Now the first shade that she mixed up, it looked absolutely beautiful on the mixing board that she was using. It's like a clear plastic sheet that they use to mix and measure everything. And I saw it on there and I was like, oh my god, how do we get this on the first try? You know, I definitely did want to see a couple more shades, but then I put the lipstick on and it was almost sheer on my lips. And one thing she did make a note of saying was that when they do mix the colors, everyone's lips are different. So whereas that looked beautiful on the sheet, on my lips it didn't work quite well. But on someone else's lips it may have been very, very, very deep red. Now it could have also had to do with the finish. I am not a fan of matte lipsticks, but one thing that my mixologist had explained to me was with the darker lipsticks, like the first one I was getting created, the matte finish was going to be a little bit better just because deeper pigments work better with that matte finish and they appear a little bit better, which she was completely right because when we mixed the first shade and it was beautiful and wonderful and I thought it was going to be it like on the first try. Unfortunately, when I put it on, it did come off a little bit more sheer, even though I had the satin finish in it. So we tried a new combination with the matte, and it was a night and day difference. Even if we had put the matte finish in the first mixture, I still don't think it would have worked. It wasn't quite deep enough for my taste. I really wanted a deep Cabernet-like color, like a very, very deep wine color. Now one thing I really liked that she did was instead of using black, which would have given it more of an oxblood color, she used blue to deepen it. And let me just say, there was a lot of blue in this lipstick and not too much of the pinky and rose pigments that were in there. And third time really is the charm because on the third try was when we got that deep red rose color absolutely perfect. It's bold, it's fun, but it has a very timeless and almost 1920s inspired look to it. And this is what it looks like on. It's just a very deep wine Cabernet rose red color. It's one of my absolutely new favorite colors. The second one was more of a nude pink lipstick that she customized to my skin tone. And that one we did go with the with the satin finish to it. With that nudie pink, which is the shade I'm wearing right now, she did 2 swatches of it. We did one that was just a little bit too pinky for my taste, so she just altered it just a little tiny bit. I do have to be careful when I use any kind of red lipsticks because since I have inflamed acne, sometimes too much red lipstick at the wrong time of the year or the month for that matter can really make my acne stand out more and bring out that redness that is in my skin. Even if I use a primer that neutralizes that redness, sometimes it makes it a little bit more noticeable. So I didn't want too much pink in my nude shade, more of that taupey color in it. So we mixed the second swatch and it ended up being the perfect one. Now for the nude, I did go with the satin finish, and it's that really nice creamy finish that you get from a good lipstick. Now, when you finish your mixing, you get your couple swatches, that's when you go into step 3, and that's choosing the scents. So I chose the Viola for my deeper one. Since it was a very deep rose color, I thought it appropriate to have a flower scent in the shade. And then for the nude color, I went with the vanilla, which was one of their most popular scents in the lipsticks. After that, she mixed the pigments in a larger cup on a larger scale so it could be in a full lipstick fashion. And she did this on a scale. So the way that their measuring techniques work is on the sheet it tells them how many parts they need. So they have to be very precise when they're mixing the pigments initially. So she did get each pigment correct on the first go around. I know sometimes they have to try it a few times before they get the right shade in the larger quantity, but she had it right first go. Now, they mix that and they do it on a scale, and then they put it in the microwave to heat it up, and then they get a mold that they pour the pigments into. Then that sits on a freezing board. All this takes about roughly 5 to 10 minutes to actually do the full mixing and the freezing of them. Once they're done, they get these beautiful lipstick tubes. Here they are, they're these gorgeous pink tubes. And then they press it down onto the lipsticks and they just pull it straight out, and it creates a lipstick shape. The other really nice thing about these tubes is they're magnetic, so they're magnetic, so they're not going anywhere, which is really, really great for me, especially since I take these two lipsticks anywhere. I want nothing happening to them. And the tubes are actually very substantial, which is phenomenal. Now, I did name my lipsticks after my blog. For those of you that don't know, I have a blog, Luna Noir Rose. So the deep red, which is this shade right here, that is called Noir Rose, which I thought was very appropriate. And then my nude, I actually named, my friend Issa told me to name my nude color this, which is Luna Noir, and that is this shade right here, and it's the shade I'm wearing right now. Overall, this experience was freaking amazing, and if you do want to have your shades recreated, or maybe you use them all and they're your favorite lipsticks ever because you custom made them, they do have an option for you to put an order in it and they will remake it and send it for you. Now, I believe the price of that is, I think it's $40 for each tube just to get it remade, which I will most definitely be doing because these are literally these are the only lipsticks I wear right now, and I love them so, so much. That was my lipstick adventure. If you have visited the Bite Lip Lab, please let me know. Send some comments down below. I would absolutely love to see what you created and what you came up with. And if you have any other questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I'm more than happy to answer them to the best of my ability. Have a wonderful day, everyone, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Bye!